Welcome to Lab 7. This is Decision Support Systems and Reporting Lab. And so I've got Blackboard open here and with all of the instructions. So hopefully that'll give you some good step-by-step instructions, but I wanted to record the intro to get everything started with Microsoft Access. What we're trying to do in this lab is a basic decision support reporting module. This is something that there's a good chance in your careers you're going to end up doing, is that building reports and providing data in a formatted output. The general goal is that we're going to get data from a database, and then we're going to model this data. Usually this could be done in Excel or some other type of decision support tool. What we're going to use in the lab today is Microsoft Access, and then we're going to generate some output. In this case, again, we're going to create a formatted tabular type of report that would get generated. So let's get started here. On Blackboard, what you'll want to do, notice that I've already have a Access database. The report lab is already posted here to Blackboard, so you want to right-click on this and then save this to your desktop or wherever you want to place it. I already have it open here, so I'm going to jump over to Microsoft Access. And so once you open that up, you'll have a basic set of tables and queries being displayed. Let's take a quick look at the entity relationship diagram, the ERD diagram. And so you notice that we have 5 basic tables here, and you've probably seen this before when we were going through the database design and table discussions. And the goal here is we're going to be selecting data from a series of these tables, or a set of these tables, and then presenting that in a final report. So I'm going to go ahead and close this, and we're going to go click on the Create option, and then go to the Report Wizard. I like using the report wizard as opposed to the report design because it does a whole lot of heavy lifting as far as getting things organized in the report properly. Where we're going to get our information from, if we jump over to the book and we look at the PowerPoint or the PDF file in the book, is we will see in figure 455, and this is on page 238, of the book, this is the layout, the target layout that we're shooting for. And it's going to be a basic listing of products that people have bought on particular sales orders. So this is our target. That's what we're shooting for. And again, what you need to do is figure out the specific columns. And there's a little trick here. This extended thing is not in the database, so you're going to have to calculate that. So I'm going to start out with the customer table. Grab the customer, and I'm not necessarily going to grab everything that you're going to need for the final report. Then I'm going to go to items. I'm going to grab, let's say, the price and description, and then we'll go over to orders, and we'll get the date and the amount, and the last one is items sold, and that's going to be quantity. You can do this in slightly different orders, but I'd recommend starting with the customer table first. Now, the next step in the wizard, I'm going to click Next, and I want to be able to keep this organized by customers at the top, so just accept the default there. We're not going to do any groupings here, so we'll just accept that. In the summary options, we do want the report to generate some summary information. So I'm going to click on price, and then later on what we'll do is modify that a little bit. You'll need to modify that in the lab. So press OK on that, and again, then I can keep the defaults. And finish this, and here is my final report that gets generated. Now, there's a lot of work that needs to be done to make this report, I'm going to maximize this here, end up looking like this report here that you see in the book. Within the I'm going to close the print preview. This brings me back to the design view. So this is all the work that was generated for us with the wizard. Lots of information here. Before getting into that, I want to go over to the layout view. Layout view is kind of nice. It's a new feature with Access 2007 because I can take some things, let's say, for example, description. Maybe I don't want that necessarily on this side. I can just drag that whole column over here and put that more in the center. And then I have my amounts and prices and so forth out here. Notice that I've got some issues with the date. I might need to expand that out some so I can actually see the dates all the way. So I can play some games here to reformat things, but I'm still going to need to go back and move some of the columns around. So actually I'm going to go back to the design view. And again, I'm not going to go into all the details here because that's part of the lab, but what you'll want to be able to do is, first off, you may need to remove some of these bands. If you remember from earlier classes, the detail section here, we want this because this will show us every row that's in the system for our data that's being returned. But we may not need, say, order ID for header or CID. Page header, we'll want to keep that because that has the column headers up here. And again, I can resize these as needed. But I'll let you play around with whether you need these other headers and footers. And you're going to need to add some additional columns to the report. And we go back to Blackboard, and I believe I've got some details here in step 3. So I'm going to let you go through the rest of the steps here, but this should get you started at least to get the layout and the report wizard complete, and then you'll need to modify this so that the end result looks like this report here. Again, a couple of last steps here. You'll want to make sure that you get the dates down here on every single line. You'll want to make sure that you calculate the extended amount here. Now, extended is just the price times quantity, what you would expect. And then you want to see just one total. I think by default there's more totals. So you may have to go in and delete things and add some additional fields. So this will wrap up Lab 7 video.